Not all keywords are created equal. And if you choose to pursue the wrong keywords, you'll just end up losing time, money, and faith in the entire SEO process. We don't want to make this difficult. If you pick the right keywords, ranking is so easy, my 7-year-old could do it. All you need to know is what makes a good keyword, and it's really just 3 things: search intent, search volume, and keyword difficulty. If you can find keywords that pass these 3 tests, you have a winning keyword that can get you great traffic and make you a lot of money. So let's go through these one at a time and make sure that they make perfect sense to you, because once this all clicks, you're going to see just how easy the SEO process can be. First is search intent. Search intent is the underlying reason or goal behind the user's search query. Or in other words, when they type something into the search bar, what are they really hoping to find or do? If you understand the intent, you'll automatically know a few things. Number 1, whether or not a keyword is worth using on your site. Number 2, whether it will get your site to the right people, meaning your target audience or ideal prospect. And number 3, you will know what type of page content you need to create to be able to successfully answer that query. So understanding the intent behind a keyword is extremely important. Now, search intent can be broken down into 5 different types. Informational, which is when a user is looking for information on a topic. Navigational, which is when a user is looking for a specific website. Transactional is when a user is looking to make a purchase. Commercial is when a user is in the market to buy but doesn't know what or where. Or in other words, they're in research mode. And finally, local intent, which is when a user is looking for something nearby. Now, in most cases, these 3 intent types are going to be the most profitable for you to rank for, because they're the most likely to lead to a conversion, like somebody buying a product or signing up for a service. But that doesn't mean that the other intent types aren't also important. Each has its own use and benefits. You just need to understand that behind each one is a real human with their own goals and intentions. So let's check out a few examples of each intent type so you know exactly what to look for. A keyword with informational intent will likely look something like this: how to train a Labrador puppy, why do leaves change color in the fall, best way to brew French press coffee. Many of these types of informational keywords will likely be answered by the new Google AI overview. So these keywords are going to yield a lot less clicks to your website, which is unfortunate, but not detrimental, because again, these are not users who are actively looking to purchase anything, at least not yet. The next type is navigational. So here are a few examples: Facebook login, Spotify Wrapped 2025, New York Times cooking. These types of keywords are easy to spot because the user already knows exactly which website they want to visit. They aren't necessarily looking for an answer to a question or even a product or a service. They're looking for a specific company website. These types of keywords are important for your own brand awareness, but not likely to really bring any new customers or clients. The next type is transactional. These types of keywords are highly profitable because the user wants to buy something. These are the keywords that we want to rank for. All you need to do is help them find your site, assuming you sell what it is they're looking for. A few examples of these keywords are best DSLR camera deals, order custom t-shirts, schedule virtual therapy session. Now, because these transactional keywords have much higher buyer intent, they're also likely to be a lot more competitive, meaning lots of other companies want to rank for them too. So you'll probably need to spend some extra time trying out lots of different keyword ideas and variations to find one that's not too oversaturated. But don't worry too much about that. I'm going to show you how to do it in a second. The next type of search intent is commercial. These again are people in research mode. They're trying to learn more about a product or a service before they buy. Now, while these people might not be quite ready to pull out their credit card today, they're definitely close to buying. So getting them to your website will be highly advantageous to you. And who knows, if your site converts well enough, they might just pull out that credit card today. A few examples of these keywords are Dyson versus Shark vacuum comparison, best wireless earbuds under $100, and skincare products with best reviews. Now, be aware that these types of keywords might require a different type of content than the clear-cut transactional keyword. For example, this keyword, Dyson versus Shark vacuum comparison, you don't just want to send them to a product page to buy a Dyson vacuum. They're just not to that point of the buying process. So instead, what you would want to do is send them to some sort of comparison table that helps them research on their own and determine which one is best for them. Now, even though these keywords require a slightly different strategy, they're still really effective because they often have much less competition than those direct transactional keywords. The final type of search intent is local, and this one's pretty easy to recognize. This is when the user is looking for something near their location or near a specific location indicated in the keyword. A few examples of local intent keywords are pizza restaurant near me, emergency plumber in Denver, or bike rental in my area. These keywords also often have high buyer intent, so they're absolutely worth pursuing. But it's also important to note that these types of local searches often result in a click to one of these Google business profiles here in the local listings section. To rank for these local searches, you'll want to watch our local SEO lessons, which will show you everything on optimizing those maps listings. So these are all the types of search intent that you need to be aware of. If you commit these to memory and understand their meaning, you will become a master not only at ranking for the right keywords, but also converting that traffic into buyers because you know exactly what they're looking for and how to deliver it. All right, so that's search intent. The next fact that makes a good keyword is search volume. Search volume is the number of searches a keyword receives in a given month. So the more searches, the better. And if a keyword has no searches, then it's not worth pursuing. SEMflow will show you the search volume of any keyword you type in. So this part's really easy. Now, the third and final indicator that makes a good keyword is keyword difficulty. This score helps you estimate how hard it will be to rank on page 1 of Google for a specific keyword. This number is determined by competition and a lot of other things, but all you need to know is the score is out of 100, and the lower the score, the better. A 6 out of 100 is going to be fairly easy to rank for, while a 97 out of 100 will be nearly impossible. Now, inside your SEMflow plugin, you'll also notice this little keyword score bar. This score is unique to SEMflow, and it takes into account search volume and keyword difficulty. So you can use all of this information to make an educated decision on whether or not you want to use a keyword on your page. So while doing your own keyword research, if you can find keywords that have the right type of intent, that have search volume, and that have a keyword difficulty score that's not too high, you've likely got a really great keyword to use within your site page. So in the next video, I have a fun exercise to help you identify good and bad keywords. So if you're ready for that, go ahead and move on to the next lesson.